Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast, Gilbert and Frank are joined by the legendary Alan and Adam Arkin. On The Untold Hour, Jessica Chobot and Andrew Bowser are joined by Connor Gosell, the man behind the Haunted Historian Instagram account. On Small Doses, Amanda Seales is going full cancer season this week, talking about the side effects of feelings. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, an interview with Bill and Ted creators Chris Matheson covering his new book, His Famous Father, and time travel's most excellent adventurers. On That Black Ass Show, W. Kamau Bell, writer, comedian, and host of CNN's United Shades of America, joins Dulce Sloan in celebrating Spike Lee's 1992 film, Malcolm X. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for a full list of our shows, featuring hosts like Shane Moss, Miss Pat, and the Sklar Brothers. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show, and remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Starburns Audio.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arn and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to a Friday episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Warren.
Greg Warren. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're good, dude.
Someone we know and love.
So this is the highest compliment that we can ever give to a comedian is when we are not around that comedian, but we start doing one of that comedian's bits.
That's awesome.
Your classic bit, and it's making me excited for your new special, which is out on Amazon, which we will talk about later today. But your bit about the cab driver who tried to get you to go to the Viking.
You ever been to the happy hour down there at the Viking?
No, we've never been.
Why the hell not? You guys are from St. Louis. Hell, there's two of you.
Yeah.
Not a one of you been to the Viking?
No, we just don't like to pay a lot of money for these drinks.
What's that? If you've never been to a happy hour before, you don't even know what a happy hour is.
Well, I just think the drinks are going to be really expensive. And that's
the dollar you call it's 50-cent drafts.
Well, I'm sure
you can't afford not to go down.
But we like to see attractive waitresses wearing skimpy clothes.
They got broads wearing referees' jerseys, skin tight. Hell, right now these broads are wearing referees' masks.
The question is, I like to see a game, and I know there's no sports on, and I'm just assuming there's only one small...
They got 57 flat screens playing Korean baseball in there right now.
But if
they got 7 in the jar.
I was going to say, if I go to the bathroom, I want to keep watching. I don't want to miss the play.
There's 7 in the jar in there. I watched 6 innings there. I didn't have to take a leak.
The TVs were so good.
In the bathroom.
You have great access right above the urinals. All right.
It's the best place to watch in a joint, if you ask me. I mean, there's no broads in there, so that's a drawback. Yeah. But they'll let you bring your mini chicken tacos and
into the bathroom.
If you want, Marty ain't got no problem.
Glad Marty's okay with it. Oh my God. So aside from loving your comedy and also loving the fact that you, like us, brought like a St. Louis brand of comedy to New York and LA, like you took you took St. Louis with you as a comedian and took it to a coast, which is very much what we did. But it's also rooted in the very dumb people that we all grew up with in St. Louis. I mean, you know what I mean? There is this sort of Midwestern. There's a St. Louis dumb that is unreal. And Dan knows it.
I know it.
Dan knows it being from Rochelle, Illinois, but it's just, there's something actually sweet about it. And I do find that in all of your comedy is that there is a true, you're never like mean about it. There is such a love of these people that you show how ridiculous they are, but in a way that says, I love how ridiculous they are.
I think so. Thanks for saying that. I mean, I think, and it's just a lot of those people are right on the, not country, but sort of just right on the outskirts of St. Louis. Are some of my favorite St. Louis. Man, but I was listening. I listened to the episode with Jessica Curson, and I'm just terrified you guys are going to say one of these stories, and I'll be like, yeah, I think I did that. There was one guy in the last one. I'm like, man, I have a horrible guilty conscience. So I'm like, I didn't do that, but there's some stuff
that I've done. I would find out. Hey, if it inspires you to tell us of a story that you've done, we're in for that. All right,
so
let's jump in right away.
Here we go. This was sent in by Carlene McDermott. I love that she sends stuff in at SheBeCarleen, Carleen.
Thanks, Carlene.
A traveler. This comes by way of, I should say, UK Yahoo News.
Okay.
All right. A traveler has hit out at disgusting and discriminatory treatment from KFC.
What?
After he was refused service at a drive-thru because he was riding a horse and cart.
So he went old school.
He went way old school. Literally.
How drunk do you have to be to take a horse through the KFC?
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, Cinnamon.
Giddy up.
Come on, Cinnamon. We're going
to take my horse to the KFC.
Don't do that to people. I was hoping you'd go the other way. I'm in love with a cinnamon girl. She's my horse, and we're getting chicken. She's my cinnamon girl.
My muffin likes the bowl. Can we get a couple of those bowls?
And then he turns to the horse. He's like, you want a bowl, right?
How many wedges you want? We're getting wedges. They don't have French fries, Cinnamon. They have wedges.
I just love that, like, every so often KFC, like McDonald's, like, yeah, we got salads, we got cleans, we got this stuff. KFC every once in a while will be like, look, let's not sugarcoat what we're doing right here. We're going to put cheese in between.
It's just chicken skin and cheese. That's all it is.
The bun is chicken. We're just going to put chicken on either side, and that's what's the bun, and then we don't even give a shit.
Probably like there has to be a place for people who don't want to lie to themselves.
Right?
Oh, yeah. There was a time, like, sort of in the low carb craze that KFC sort of fell into it for a while.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And people were very misinformed. It's like, no, just as much fat and whatever you want. And KFC was like, we've been telling you all along. I mean,
now you're talking
the Colonel knows health food. I don't know what you guys are. We've been telling you all along. This is good food.
The guys at KFC corporate who are trying to spin it. Yeah, we don't even have bread. It's just
there's no bread. Yeah, just chicken
patties are the bun.
KFC's been a hero on this show before. Remember, they were sponsoring people's weddings. They were like giving away like a KFC themed wedding. So I have a hard time believing that they weren't nice to this guy. But also, if you're on a horse and cart, there's rules that you think don't apply to you.
Yes.
So you can't be mad when you find out some rules do apply.
Well, you definitely don't think you can get. You definitely don't think you can get a DUI because because you're like, hey, I'm not operating him. He's operating on his own. If he's drunk, then so there's that.
Cinnamon, you drunk?
I don't care if you want to test my horse. Test my horse.
Yeah, she'll do the alphabet. She'll do the alphabet backwards. But you know what is so...
Okay, that's 4.
That's
sober.
4. She got it. She got it. She got it. She knows. That's a D. All right. So, no, but the other thing is, and I'm going to say this, and Dan is going to respond with @Sklar Brothers, but I'm going to tell you, if you think you can take a horse and a cart to a drive-thru, you're literally putting the cart before the horse.
That's gotta
You can lead a horse to KFC, but you can't make it eat a bowl.
be. Right.
Hey, and now, if that horse was going through a KFC in St. Louis, what would you call it?
A horse.
Horse.
There's 3 horses over there at the KFC. 2 of them are the Clydesdales from the Bush show that they come out in the stadium. Like,
I think they escaped from Grant's farm.
like 2 drunk people in the parking lot will see the horse come through, and even though it's not a Clydesdale, they'll be like, "Here comes the king! Here comes the king of the one!"
No, Tony, this isn't a thing. It's escape. It's scared. No, this isn't a ball game. It's not opening day.
Give the
horse
kids
is
a ride.
scared.
Give the kids a ride around the parking lot.
When he comes around, get us some peanuts. No, this is not a ball game.
You can also use horse. I remember they describe really good linemen in high school football.
Sure.
Yeah, Lindbergh, they got a couple of horses on the line.
Guy's as strong as a horse. I could eat a horse right now. I'm hungry.
Ian Bell queued up at a branch of the fast food chain in Carlisle, Cumbria, but was told he wouldn't be allowed to order because he was on a cart pulled by his 70-year-old Irish cob, John. He said, "I had queued up behind some cars and was about to order a bargain bucket when all of a sudden this manager came out and said, 'You're not allowed through.'" To which I'm sure he was like, "The hell?"
Yeah, right.
Bell isn't the only one who has been craving fast food. The queues spotted at chains across the country when they reopened as part of easing of lockdown restrictions were very full. He said, "I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'd done nothing wrong. John was behaving himself. He was as quiet as a lamb," as though they were coming out saying the horse is too loud.
No, they're not saying the horse is too loud.
He's a very well-behaved horse. Can you imagine if you are like, let's say, hopefully you're the designated driver, okay? But everyone in your car is drunk.
That is
and you pull into a KFC and there's a fucking horse in front of or behind you.
Oh my God.
I know.
Let me talk to him.
And you're designated, so you're like already annoyed with all these people.
I'm going to get out and talk to him.
Do not get out of the car.
I'm going to get up and talk to
Stay in the
him.
car.
Brush. I want to brush him. I love horses.
I think it's real. Of course
It
it's
is real.
We're in a drive-thru.
It's real?
I think that's a real horse.
It is
It is.
real,
The man
man.
is animatronic, though.
I'm getting on the horse.
Don't do it.
I'm doing it, man.
Get down. Don't do it.
I'm going to sit on top of that horse.
He's right. He's going to kick you. You're going to spook him. Don't spook
I don't care. I ain't even riding a horse.
We already mentioned this place because they came in. They're like, "You don't want them? We'll take them." In the end, Ian Bell had to go to McDonald's for a Big Mac. No one there batted an eyelid.
Of course. That tells you everything. Now, the horse probably smells his brothers. They're inside of the Big Macs. Yeah.
Ian says they didn't say anything to me at all. They just served me my food. McDonald's is like, whatever.
care.
Come on. We don't
Whatever.
care.
So you guys, you don't have a problem with my horse?
No. Come on in, man.
Okay, like the other place. I mean, I had a problem with my horse.
That's fine. Just come on
You're
down.
acting like you've been seen several horses today or something. I don't know.
You're the 6th horse we served. Greg, I don't know if you remember in Creve Coeur in St. Louis, we did this bit in our act about how there was a McDonald's on Olive by Craig Road. There was a McDonald's across from the Ace Hardware, the Central Hardware. And that McDonald's on the wall had the story of Creve Coeur on the wall, which was like the story of how a white guy fell in love with a Native American woman. Theirs was a love that couldn't happen, and he realized that
she jumped off that thing.
jumped off the cliff.
Park, right?
Yeah, jumped off the cliff, or like the cliffs of St. Louis. What did she get? Like a high ankle sprain? There's no cliffs in St. Louis. It's flat. So jumped off the cliff, and then he jumped off the cliff and he killed himself too. And we're like, what an uplifting story. Hey kids, after you read about that double suicide, why don't you come on over and have a double hamburger? Like, are you kidding me? That's inside of a McDonald's?
I didn't know this, man.
How is that fun? That was on the wall.
I agree.
Whole thing was written on.
I went walking in Creve Coeur Park yesterday, and
Yeah.
they got like they got a whole like kind of a waterfall shrine thing to that Native American woman.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
It's very sad. It's pretty.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
We're going to take a quick break. We come right back. We will dig into the end of this, also play a fun little game. We'll be right back after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more to People Town.
I want to talk about earbuds because
How much of our lives have moved to that place? where you're
So
using
this
them all the time?
pandemic, we talk about it all the time, right, Dan?
Yes.
Our lives, our working lives and our home lives have kind of merged into one. Everything is crammed on top of each other. If you want to have a conversation on your phone and you don't want to be listening, you don't want to be half hearing what your roommate
Or
is
you
talking
want to
about.
just cancel out a lot of noise, listen to some music, and go to your own
Dan,
headspace.
they are
They're-
building a building next to your thing,
I
and
know.
if you do not want to hear just people sawing off boards,
Right.
And
Not
you
my
want-
favorite ambient music.
No, it is not. And it's important sometimes when you're on conference calls, if you want to hear your music while you're working out, we've got the earbuds for you, and they're less expensive, and it's from our sponsor. And I love these guys. They're Raycon. You already know their earbuds start at half the price
Half.
of the other premium wireless earbuds.
That's
on the market.
amazing.
Right.
And by the way,
They sound just as good.
I've been using them for the last couple of months, and I can tell you, I use them whenever I take walks. First of all, they stay charged for a very
6
long
hours
time.
of playtime.
Okay, so I use them when I do walks around the neighborhood.
They
That's-
pair Bluetooth really easily, and they tell you that they're paired in that
Yeah,
moment, so
yeah.
you know that they're paired. I think you've got the E25 earbuds.
I
That's
do.
their best-selling ones yet.
I love them.
They're cool. They fit in your ear. They give you other options for the attachments.
rubber attachments so that it can fit your ear size. It just is the most comfortable and most noise canceling that I've ever had. I love them.
They're great. We recommend you listen to our podcast on your new Raycon earbuds. And now is the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order. So they were already less expensive. Now we're going to take another 15% off at buyraycon.com/DPT. That's BUYRAYCON.com/DPT for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. And it lets them know that you found out about them through us, and it helps our podcast. So if you're thinking about doing this, go to buyraycon.com/DPT and find out what we're super psyched about. And we want you to hear us on your new Raycon
During the
earbuds.
pandemic, this is, and anytime, this is something that will change your life for the better for a very minimal cost. So check it out, Raycon, buyraycon.com/DPT.
Guys, want to talk to you about something that's super important, your mental health. We know that right now everyone has a general level of anxiety in their world, and now added on top of that is the world of anxiety that has been placed on all of our shoulders because of this pandemic, whether it be economic issues, whether it be social issues, whether it be general anxiety stuff that we all feel. We're building. All you have to do is scroll through your phone and you can start to feel that anxiety. And whether you're in a house that is making you more anxious or you're quarantining alone and that loneliness is very difficult, we want to make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. And that's why I love that we have this sponsor, Talkspace. They're amazing. They're an online therapy and they are more committed than ever to expanding access for anyone who is struggling right now. With Talkspace, you get the support of a licensed therapist from the safety of your own home and can reach out from your device whenever something is on your mind. You can send a therapist text, audio, picture, or video messages from your phone or computer 24/7 as thousands of licensed therapists are there to help you out. They'll match you with one that can. And look, I know my wife's practice has grown in the time of this pandemic, mainly because people are needing that connection and needing that outlet and needing that resource. I love Talkspace because they have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including the ones that are the most important right now: anxiety, depression, relationship issues, the things that keep you up at night. They're going to help you out. Once you're matched, you can begin your therapy the exact same day. This is really good. So in honor of Mental Health Month, Talkspace is online therapy committed to fostering a global community. They get it. That's the bottom line. You deserve support. You deserve not to have to struggle anymore on your own. Your Talkspace therapist can be your dedicated support system, there to make you feel healthier. That's right. And more empowered even in these uncertain times. As a listener of our podcast, you get $100 off your first month of Talkspace. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure you use the code SCLAR. It gets you $100 off and lets them know that we sent you there. That's SCLAR at Talkspace.com.
Hey guys, Randy and Jason here. And whether you're working from home or working on your fitness, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to.
Yeah, you don't want to catch like glimpses and little snitbits of like what
Snitbits?
you know what I'm talking about?
Tidbits of what your kids are listening to or anyone else. Everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you go dropping hundreds of bucks on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. They are amazing. I've got my Raycon earbuds. They
So do
cancel
I.
out everything. Raycon earbuds start for about a half price of the other ones, premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as amazing as the top audio brands. You know, the newest model, the everyday E25 earbuds are their best ones yet. Jay, I love these so much.
I'm using it nonstop, Brent.
6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth playing, more bass, more compact design, gives you a nice noise isolating fit.
I like that if you have one of them in, you can just use one of them. For
They're
a second.
stylish and discreet. I love these so much. Now's the time to get a pair of the latest and the greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order by raycon.com /Starburns. That's by BUI Raycon.com, RAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. I love these earbuds so much. I know you do too.
I'm all about them, man. They're my reach. You know what you feel when you reach for them, and that's
you
the thing you
love
reach
them.
for. And that's my hike. Those are my hike earbuds.
Those
when
are my
hike.
walk-in earbuds. Buy BUYRAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Greg Warren, first of all, great follow on Twitter. Please let everyone know what your Twitter handle and Instagram handles are.
Well, thanks. It's at Greg Warren, and the Instagram, I think, is at GRock Warren.
At GRock Warren. Follow him.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the special. It's up on Amazon Prime right now. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yeah.
So tell people
Yeah.
about it. Where'd you shoot it and how'd you get it up on there? And I want everyone to watch it.
So it's thank you, by the way. Hey, can I say one thing?
Sure.
Before we get to that, I listened to some of the episodes, and Dan plays maybe the best drunk guy that I've ever.
Ever.
I mean, because it's so hard to play drunk because everybody sort of overdoes it
Yep.
a little bit, man. And
Thanks,
you
buddy.
undercut it just the right amount where it is. Yeah, it's something I always panic when it's like, oh, I have to play a drunk
Yeah, it's
person
so hard
in this bit of
Because you
yeah,
have
it's
to be
really
confident and unsure of yourself at the same. You need to be defiant while also seeking approval.
That's right.
yeah. It's
don't
really
know.
good, man.
Thanks, brother.
It's really really good.
So good.
Appreciate that.
So good.
So the special is called "Where the Field Corn Grows,"
Nice.
and it happens. I was in Iowa a while back, and there was I was doing a show, and there's all these farmers, and
Yep.
I don't know anything about farming. I mean, both of us we grew up within 30 minutes of a million farms.
Yes.
But, we all. So I asked this farmer, what do you grow, and what do you farm? And he said beans, and I said like green beans. And they all start laughing at me like I'm the dumbest.
Right.
He thinks we go green beans in Iowa. Oh, that's a good one there, green beans. Green, don't this beat all this fella? It was,
You're like, I just asked you one question. I
know,
don't know.
it was soybeans.
Soy,
Which is that's the green beans. That's not that ridiculous of an answer.
exactly.
Like I didn't say jelly beans. I said
soybean. You didn't say blue jeans. You said green beans.
yeah.
for Christ's
Mexican jumping.
Yeah,
I started telling that story, and I just little by little started doing, talking a lot about farming and what I didn't know about farming. And I visited a bunch of farms, and it's not all about farming, but it's the central theme of my lack of knowledge of farming.
great.
And I shot it, you guys will know, in Edwardsville, Illinois,
Yeah.
Very familiar.
which is, just about 45 minutes from St. Louis, and it's adjacent. It's farm adjacent.
Right.
So
I've been to that St. Louis bread company so many times in Edwardsville.
really,
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
So you went
pretty
to
impressive that you know that it's not Panera. Too.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
He knows.
familiar.
He knows.
Yeah.
Bread
Yeah.
company. So
there was a bunch of farmers at the show, and it was we put it up on Amazon. These guys, 800-pound gorilla is the
that's who did
Canane's, yeah.
Canane's album.
oh
too.
yeah. They are starting to get into video, and they wanted to do something, so we got it up on Amazon Prime just recently, and it's so far so good.
That's awesome.
Are people watching? How has the reaction been so far? Have you been like sort of seeing on your social media that people are
Yeah, I mean,
consuming
it feels like the biggest thing that I've done. I don't think we've gotten. They got like real early numbers, and it was great, but we don't have. We only had like 3 or 4 days of the first, so they're real happy with it. from the social media, it feels like it's bigger than any of the other stuff I've done. And
Great, dude.
Everybody getting really, really, really nice messages. And of course, there's always one or two.
Sure. I mean, look, you're not doing it right if you don't piss off a few people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's bad if you don't.
I was feeling so good about myself, and then I got this message on Facebook. It was like, I'm a farmer's wife, and I hate you for your joke about daylight savings time.
Oh my God.
It's like, all right.
I'm like, okay.
All right. If you're going to die on that hill, you might as well. Maybe you can die on that hill. Maybe she is going to die on that hill.
Glad to see you enjoying Facebook so much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it's for dummies to come out. But I will say this. You are, we said it at the top of the show, and we'll say it again. You are one of our favorite comics. And
thanks, guys.
Proof is in the pudding. Randy and I walk around and do the Viking bit all the time. I swear to you, the fact that you let us do the bit with you makes us part of like your comedy team.
You guys do it better than I do.
No, I'll never forget it because we know exactly where you're going with it. I remember like when we were at Moon Tower Comedy Festival and you did and we were calling the ping pong tournament and Greg,
which is the greatest thing ever to see you guys call that ping pong tournament. Hours
of just
so good
ping on pong action, and
it's so good.
And Greg played and he lost, and so we always interviewed the loser. And without even talking to you, this is why I love you, man. Without even talking to you, we started to ask, where are you going to go after the show? And he's like, I'm going down the Viking. And we started going into the bit without, this is what I love. Non-verbally, we just started going into it. And it was like we'd planned to do that all along. And it's beautiful, man. So
it almost helped me get over that. It was like the quarterfinals when I lost.
You got deep. You went deep on that. You went deep, but
it hurt. It hurt.
We know real bad. Look, dude, you can't just shake that off.
No.
All right. So let's help Greg Warren forget the pain of that loss at Moon Tower. Yeah. If you have Amazon Prime, again, tell them the title of it so that people can watch it, and then just tell everybody about it. So.
It's called Where the Field Corn Grows.
Where the Field Corn Grows. Or if you search Greg Warren, I'm sure you can find it on Amazon Prime. We all have Amazon Prime right now. That's how we're getting everything in our lives. Get the app, watch it. Watch him on your phone as you go to sleep. Watch it on your TV. Do whatever you want to do. But I know everyone out there is starved for new comedy. This will be the comedy that you turn to and makes you happy. Watch one of our favorites, okay? Where the Field Corn Grows, Greg Warren. Check it out, and let's get back to the end of this story.
First of all, there's a fun little, sometimes in these articles, you get like a read more where they want to tell you about some other article that you can go look at. I'll just read it as an aside. Here it is. It says, read more. Girl who stabbed best friend in back over fear she'd steal her boyfriend is spared jail. It's a literal backstabbing.
She stabbed someone in the back because she feared that this woman was going to stab her in the back.
This is like a hardcore version of Jolene.
Yes, exactly.
All right, back into this. So we got Ian Bell, who couldn't get his KFC. They wouldn't serve him. Went over to McDonald's. No one gave a shit about him and his John horse.
Nope. So he's
they got like a salad shake or whatever it is.
So at the time, he's the bell end.
Yes.
That's my British rip on something.
Quote, he added, this is Ian Bell, I think my treatment from KFC has been downright disgusting and discriminatory against people who use Horsin carts. First of all, how many of you do you think there are? Yeah. Secondly, is it disgusting or just a policy?
It's a policy. Remember, I told you don't agree with the policy, and so you're now calling it discrimination.
Right. But you remember, I told the story when I was in Santa Cruz, and I needed food. It was too late. It was either Jack in the Box or Taco Bell.
You tried to walk through the drive-thru.
No, I called ahead to see if they were actually open, and the guy was like, "You can't walk through here, but if you get one of those little like." Somewhere between a motorbike and a bike, those like little jump bikes that they have. Yeah. He was like, to me, that counts. So you can come here. So Andrew Youngblood and I were in line at a Taco Bell for way too long and we're waiting to buy on a bike, essentially.
It's hilarious.
Taco Bell. And then people who weren't on bikes ended up asking us to order food for them. That turned into a whole ordeal.
Oh my God. It feels like you're buying beer for minors.
That's a business right there.
That is.
It really was.
$2 markup. Upsell it. Upsell it.
Mm-hmm. Uber Eats. Okay.
I feel like Ian, I mean, he just won't stop talking about KFC, yet he doesn't. It's kind of a shot at McDonald's. I mean,
be happy with the one who loves you. Yeah, if you can't be with the one you love, eat with the one you with.
Yes.
He says the horse and cart is a common way to get around where I'm from. Unless you're Amish, no, it's not.
No, it's not a
Right.
common way. It maybe was a common way in the 1800s.
Right. Stop trying to bring it back.
Oh, even the Amish know you can't go through KFC.
I know.
They know
Sure.
that.
Yeah,
Ian
those
Bell
guys, yeah.
argued that horse and carts were around long before motor cars. This is
That's
when someone
not
tries
an-
to make a different argument.
That's a different.
You're not just arguing about timeline. No one's having a timeline.
No one is debating you on
argument.
that.
No one's
Listen,
arguing.
my dad does that, man. He takes a different tack. As
Yeah.
soon
Right.
as you back him into a corner, he's gonna go with a different argument.
100%. And he still couldn't understand why he hadn't been allowed to order. If KFC came out and I was like, "Have you met Ian Bell?" That's why we didn't serve him. I'd be like, I get it. We said
Like,
it was about
if-
the horse. It's
if
about
your-
Ian.
If your dad answered back that woman who was the wife of the farmer, like he would start a different thing. Well, did you know that Arizona doesn't have daylight savings?
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, what?
What?
I'm not even talking about that.
Right.
Well, look it up.
I don't think
Fine.
you,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
think
tell
you
another
respect Arizona.
thing. Diamondbacks have gone to hell in the last couple of. I don't.
Maybe it's 'cause
And they
it's-
stole a team. I tell you, I hate that Bill Bidwell
Yeah.
more than that son of a bitch.
we're like, wait a minute. How do we
That's
get
the Arizona Cardinals.
How do
That's
we
not
get
even
into
the
that
Diamondbacks.
from-
The guy was greedy. I'll tell you that right now. The guy was greedy. I had season tickets.
That
down
would be
there.
great if somebody came into you some bullshit complaint thing
And you
about
just
it, and you
sit-
just start another argument. You're like, you don't even like flying United, and they're like, what?
No, there you
Here we
go.
go again. Yeah.
There you go, trying to change the subject and deny it.
KFC defended the manager's decision, insisting that the horse-drawn vehicles aren't allowed through drive-thrus because of the safety of its guests. A spokesman said, "This is KFC not giving a shit now, too. Hold your horses, Carlisle. We're not looking to stir up trouble, and we're sorry for Ian and John's experience, but the safety of our guests is really important, so we can't allow horse-drawn vehicles in our drive-thrus."
Why didn't they say horsing around?
There
Could
you
horse
go.
And no, general horseplay.
Yeah,
No,
horseplay.
come on.
Horseplay.
So
Sit
we-
right there.
We asked him to hoof it off the premises.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay. Ian, who lives in the nearby town of
The
Salah.
main point of our argument.
There we go. He often takes John to Carlisle in a car and horse box before setting up the carriage and trotting around the street. He just wants to be in a parade.
Oh,
That's right.
so he's
That's
being
all-
a
That's
jerk.
all he wants.
Yes.
This guy is a show. He's
Somehow, I think if any one of us went through that KFC in a horse, we'd get served.
That's
I
right.
think it's Ian. It's
Yeah,
Ian.
Ian might be
too.
He was a little too proud to be on that horse.
He's more of a show pony than the horse.
Ian said, "Going around in the horse and carriage is just something I like to do. It's also good training for John. We'll get out of here on this. How old do you think Ian Bell is?"
Greg, you're our guest. You can go first. You can go in between
What
me
do you
and
know
Jay.
about him? He'll put the horse in a little trailer. He'll go down to town. He likes a KFC, but he'll settle on a McDonald's.
How old do you
bored.
think this guy
He
is?
has historical arguments that don't pertain to the time he's living in.
Man, you just put him over 70.
That might be it. You never know.
I think he's 72.
72 for Greg
Wow,
Warren.
that's
Jason
amazing.
Sklar.
That's funny because I was thinking old too. I say 56.
56. Okay.
I think he's 38.
38 from Randy Sklar. I can tell you this. One of you is in the right decade,
Okay.
and one of you is 1 year off.
Okay.
So does anybody want to adjust up or down a year or stick with what you got and just say, I'm happy being there?
I'll go down a year 55.
Okay.
I'll go up a year 39.
All right.
71.
71. This is where we'll leave you, friends. What a fun mini today.
What a great show, Greg Warren.
Ian Bell. Ian, not going to eat at KFC Bell.
Jesus.
John, I hope you get a better owner in life someday.
Yep.
Because Ian is 55 years old.
Oh, way to go.
And I made the right adjustment.
You made the right adjustment
I
on that
felt
stuff.
it.
Okay.
He's got no excuses to be that age and be
No,
that kind of a
you
guy.
should know so
None.
much better than that. That's only 6 years older than us, 7 years older than us. All right, the album is Where the Field Corn Grows. That's a special. It's on Amazon Prime. Greg Warren,
Check
watch
it out, and then also I believe get tickets to see the live Dumb People Town
You better.
at
It's gonna sell out.
Nowhere Comedy Club on August 15th.
Oh, good.
That's Saturday night. We love that show. Dan just did a show there.
We
have
headlined
done a
there.
show-
Have you headlined there for those guys?
I haven't done it yet. They were talking to me.
You should.
yeah.
You should
You
do it.
absolutely should do it. First of all,
Yeah.
you will make money and it will be fun, and you can hear the laughs. We are so excited to do a live Dumb People Town because if it works and it's good,
good. This
Well-
might be something we start doing on the regular because every show's different. You know, it's so fun.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think that's a natural fit for that.
Yeah, I think it really is.
Especially in this day and age, it's perfect.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, "Hey, you've never come to Bangor, Maine." Well, we probably won't be able to make it to Bangor, Maine, but we're coming to your house.
Yeah, you
through
can
Nowhere Comedy.
You can
Clubs.
watch this at Nowhere.
And that's the same with watching stand up on Amazon Prime. So I'm going to go back again and say, watch Greg Warren's
where the
special.
field corn
I'll go to
grows.
Bangor, Maine.
You'll go there
He'll
for us.
do it.
All right, Greg Warren, thanks so much for doing it with us. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio.
A podcast network.